home movies.
I guess I've always been an artistic kind of kid. My mother drew and painted, and so she became my first art teacher. And from my earliest years, I sketched in pencils and ink and learned to paint in watercolors, acrylics, and oils. And drew scenes of monsters, and I made up games and copied pictures off of albums and things. Typical kid stuff. I discovered my dad's box brownie when I was about 8 or 9, but once I got the hang of that camera, he let me use his 35 millimeter. I was about 10 then, and I took typical 10-year-old's pictures of my friends, or of me, my friends, doing goofy things. Pictures of my family when we went on trips and vacations. Pictures of my schoolmates and people I was in plays with. I did do a few early sequences. One was of my friends jumping over near the Welland Canal, and some silly stuff we did with a no parking sign one afternoon. I had my own darkroom, so I got into doing the tricks, artsy perspective shots and darkroom effects, solarization, nighttime shots with slow shutter speeds, and a series of lights with long exposures, different colored swirly things. It was around that time that my dad first let me um, experiment taking a few shots using his movie camera, which was an old Bell and Howell crank thing, which I still have. And by the next year, I was planning out movies and experimenting with pixelation and animation, and starting to put together little films with my sisters and my friends. By the next year, we moved to Oakville, so by that time I was 12. And that's where I met Paul Vanderpreit, and we used to go to Lawson Park, and he and Bill Marks and I would shoot off rockets and film them and do silly, short, 40-second films. And so I've had these films for many years, and just never knew what to do with them. And a couple of years ago, I had one of these. I have 4 or 5 reels that are probably 15 to 20 minutes long each. I had one of them transferred, and it was not the greatest transfer because when I was a kid, the way I would edit these things is with tape. I was a kid and I didn't do it very well. So when it gets played through the projector, and I think they just played it through a projector and filmed it with a video camera, it jumps all over the place. But I wanted to do something with these things, and they all have names, and the one that I got transferred was called Pure Junk, and it had different little vignettes and a lot of actualities and trick photography stuff with my friends, which worked in some cases and didn't. A lot of it was low light, and I didn't know anything about what I was doing in those days, so it didn't turn out that well, but I wanted to do something with them because these are going back 40 years, and my family and friends are in them. So I very cheaply took my little Instamatic camera and recorded it off my computer playing the DVD, but I'm going to try to get some kind of a transfer so that, and maybe even redo the titles so that you get a proper idea of what was going on. But at least for right now, we can see some of these things here.